they seemed pretty determined early on to get you off to a good start.
Yeah, I mean, in Kyle's defense, the last month was tough. When he pitched on 1 day short rest for 3 weeks in a row. Clemson on a Saturday, Florida State on a Friday, NC State on a Thursday. And then that's why we went to the conference tournament. A lot of people threw their number one on Wednesday, and we just felt like no matter what happens in that ACC tournament, we need to give him another day's rest and basically our entire weekend rotation. And so even though we weren't great down there, at least we knew they were pitching on a full week's rest, if not an extra day. And then, like Kyle said, knowing he was going to get another extra day this week. So we kind of forecasted this out a few weeks ago. And as you said, just the mindset. Coach Williams did a great job with the pitching staff and the mindset this week, getting these guys aggressive and ready to attack the strike zone and trust their stuff. And that's a really good lineup. I mean, we usually play them during the year, and this year we didn't. And it's a physical lineup. They got balance in the strike zone. They moved the ball with 2 strikes. I mean, I see why their numbers are what they are. I mean, it's a really quality offense, and I'm not going to underestimate what Kyle and Lincoln did against that lineup.
Talk about Lincoln. That's like 30 straight innings without an earned run. I mean, he's been so good for you in that relief role.
Yeah, it's been a strength of ours all year. The bullpen and Lincoln's had a great year. Once you extend the lead, he has the ability to close games out because he works so fast, and sometimes you just want to let him keep going because he gets in a rhythm. And it was nice to sit Zach Birdie down, even though he was up and getting ready in the bullpen when we extended the lead. Hoping that he could throw here these next 2 or 3 days.
Kyle barehands that ball. Do you cringe?
No, I was. Sometimes you want him to let it go so we could turn the double play up the middle. But I don't blame pitchers for their instincts. He's what we call an A group pitcher. We tease some guys that are not in the A groups, and I won't call any of them out tonight. But the A group guys are the guys that really feel their position. Kyle's been an A group guy for the past few years, and then after he makes a play, doesn't give up a run. Now you're just hoping that the hand is okay, because you felt like he had the momentum to finish that inning, and we wanted to give him a chance to finish it.
He had a scary moment when Corey Ray looked like he got his ankle rolled over. Is he okay, Coach?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be a little sore, but this time of the year, it's a long season, and guys are all a little banged up. So he showed his toughness, and be ready to go tomorrow.
What was behind the decision to start Logan Taylor? And obviously, it worked for you guys.
Logan is very good against righties. He's a phenomenal center fielder. He's one of those players that if you could start 10 or 11 players every game, he would start every game. But you can only start 9, and so. But if you notice, and I don't have our stats in front of us, Logan has played in almost every game. If not, he's close because he might not start the game, but we're hoping to get him in the game as a pinch runner and then as a defensive replacement. So sometimes he starts, plays the whole game, but if not, we're going to bring him off the bench. And the last month, given Logan these spot starts, and he's been very good against the righties.
How key was that double play in the first inning for Funkhausen?
Well, it was huge. I mean, no doubt. We needed to put up a 0 there and give our offense a chance to settle in. And, Funk's a ground ball pitcher. And so, some of the tough outings down the stretch, if you remember, it was a little sloppy out there at times. And he's not the type of guy you want to be sloppy behind because he's getting so many ground balls. As you said, doesn't give up a lot of extra base hits, but the ball's getting put in play. Guys might get beat, and when a guy hits into what should be an out, you got to get that out, especially in the postseason. The errors will just they're magnified. So as proud as I am of Funk and Lincoln, I'm very proud of the defense. And I thought maybe Sutton had the play of the night, and that was after second and third. Sutton didn't get one of those runs in. The game will test you, and Sutton showed his toughness. I mean, that was a big time play with the bases loaded. He could have felt sorry for himself for not getting the run in, and the ball. As I challenge our players all the time, the ball's coming to you. This game's gonna see how tough you are, and he showed it tonight. I was very proud of him for that.
And when you think of Hairston's hitting tonight?
I saw it all week. I spoke with Coach Snyder. I mean, as soon as we were eliminated from the ACC tournament, we had a coaches meeting. We talked about players individually. He knew what Devin needed to do. He's an excellent hitting coach, and give Devin credit for wanting to make the adjustment. But I noticed it right in BP. I mean, the first day of BP this week, we meet just about after every practice, and who looked good and maybe who didn't. And right away, I mean, Devin was like the MVP of that first practice, and you could just tell how the ball was coming off the bat. And as Garrett and Sean and Jody and everybody knows, he had 25 or 6 RBIs the first half of the year. He was leading the team the first half of the year with RBIs, and just hit a freshman wall, and then the concussion at Cincinnati just set him back, and then we moved him to short, and now he's playing shortstop. So I mean, it was a tough month for him, but we've talked about unpacking the bags, and the postseason is a new season, so you really don't carry any stats into it. Nobody cares what your stats are, and so he's off to a good start.
He showed you with the glove why you made that move to short with him.
He's a special shortstop. If Sutton would have signed last year, that was the reason Devin was coming in. Sutton had a tough junior year with the injuries. But we've been to Omaha twice with Sutton as our shortstop, and so we gave Sutton every opportunity, and just didn't look as comfortable over there as he had in the past. And the more you talk to pro people, he's a second baseman. So Sutton was great when I said, hey, I think we want to make this move, and I think this move can really help us down the stretch and in the postseason. And then Sutton hurt his shoulder at Clemson, so it was inevitable. It was going to be made anyway, because of the ball he dove for at Clemson, and then his shoulder was sore. He was out that week, and so it all seemed to fall in place.
Much as you want the stats to go back to zero with this, what does an outing like this, a tournament outing, do for Kyle's confidence?
Well, I mean, it's I guess it's the last outing before the draft. So, selfishly, I'm very happy for him, because I think it cements his place, hopefully, going into the draft. At this point, we all hope he'll prepare to throw again, but, you got to advance. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
One more question.
How big is it just to, like you said, the emotion, just to get off to a good start and being at home and get this first one?
Yeah, I don't know of many teams who win a regional after losing the first game. I'm sure it's been done, and I like crunching numbers and statistics, but fortunately we haven't lost that game in a while, so I don't have to figure out those percentages. I love the 1-0-1-0 game. It's something we talk about throughout the year. Early in the season, we always play in a tournament, and I'm always hoping the team we play on Saturday wins, and we win, because I always tell our kids this is the 1-0-1-0 game. This is the game of the tournament, and it's something that we've, hopefully that we're prepared to play well in.
Your thoughts on Michigan? Sorry.
Yeah, no, hot club. They went to Oklahoma State the last weekend of the year, 1-1, but took their ace out early in one of those games to have him ready for the tournament. He threw twice in the tournament, and that's a good lead. So to go through that conference tournament and come away with a championship, and obviously they played great today, against a good club, and they got their ace ready to go tomorrow. So it's gonna be a good test. It's gonna be fun.
McKay, I guess, obviously.
McKay for us. Yeah, we'll go with McKay.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.